Quick question. Where was the show 3 years ago when I was 16? Where was the show when I was obsessed with Tumblr and The Fault in Our Stars? Where was the show when Troye Sivan dropped Blue Neighborhood? Because I swear to God, the Blue Neighborhood trilogy and the show together, that would have made gay history, okay? Hi Bandannas, Kuma welcome here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, but I had to hit y'all with this review. I had to. So welcome officially to the second ever review on my channel. And of course, it's about another gay series because I am. And you probably are too. I'm joking. I'm joking. I literally finished the show in one sitting. And when I tell you, this is one of the cutest shows I've ever seen. Like, I was blushing. This was such a good show. I am not even kidding. I do have some issues, so don't worry. This is not going to be all positive. Mostly it's going to be positive, but it's not going to be all positive. So, I need you to grab a drink because we are about to spill this mama. Right off the bat, I just want to say that I am so happy that the actors actually look like high schoolers, and I just found out that the actor that plays Charlie is actually 18 years old. So it makes me so happy that the casting did such a good job with finding actors that actually look like students. There have been so many shows that are set in a high school that don't have actors that feel like high schoolers. Shows like Riverdale, Elite, Rebelde, Euphoria, like they don't look like high schoolers. And what this show did was absolutely embody that high school essence. Another job that they did so phenomenally was the wardrobe, like the stylist to the T. The Vans, the Chuck Taylors. Girl, the dirty Chucks. When I tell you, when I saw those white dirty Chucks, I was like, that's a gay kid right there. I feel like all gay children, we have passed through that phase where we've had dirty white Chuck Taylors that we couldn't wash to even save ourselves. And I'm glad they were dressed like kids because they are kids at the end of the day. That was so fun and so refreshing. Okay, so let's start with Ben because I got some thoughts on Ben. As much as I want to hate him, I feel like he's such a vital character in starting the conversation about the relationship between out of the closet people and in the closet people. These normally do not work out because there's so many ways that I want to love you. I, as in the person who's out of the closet, there's so many ways that I want to love you, the person who's in the closet, and there's so many ways that I want to express my love to you. And the fact that I can't do it the way that I wish to, and oftentimes that is publicly, that will kind of hurt me. He was so self-centered, right? He made it all about himself. He didn't even care about Charlie's feelings. Ben was also quite manipulative, absolutely disgusting. He was so manipulative. The fact that he would tell Charlie, nobody will love you, you're desperate.
Well, it's not like anyone else is going to want to go out with you, is it?
Excuse you! And I'm glad that Charlie highlighted the fact that just because Ben hates himself, it does not mean he has to bring Charlie down. Now that's how you clear a bit. Now Nicholas, Nick. I wrote down on my notes, not designed through male gaze. Now let that sink in. They did such a good job with casting such a decent looking person. I mean, Nick is very attractive, but let me tell you what made him hot. The fact that he was kind, the fact that he was gentle, that he considered Charlie's feelings, he was willing to listen, the fact that he was protective.
He told you to stop. What? What's up?
Excuse me! Y'all see that scene? Another character that I definitely have to speak about is obviously the girlie who runs the show, Miss Charlie. I have never related so much to a queer character ever. He was so well designed. He was so relatable. The smart, socially awkward kid who falls in love with every guy who's nice to him. I'm head over heels. I see a lot of myself through him, and that is representation. He's a lover. And as much as I was mad that he let Ben treat him that way for so long, I kind of understood because at some point I was Charlie. In high school, you want to love out loud, but you also don't want to lose the chance of love that you have, especially when you know damn well that it's difficult to find relationships as queer kids. So if somebody were to ask, hey, can we keep it a secret? I definitely would have. I did keep it a secret in high school. I couldn't have done him any better. I loved him. I feel like any queer kid can kind of relate to Charlie on some capacity. Okay, so when I tell you the Googling scene had me gagging, no, because why was it so accurate? The gay quizzes, oh my god, how many of us have actually taken that quiz? Let's not lie. I see you. And I know a lot of us were like, mama. We've been there. Also, when Tao came to the table with the 2 apple juices and was like, oh, I bought one for Al. I was like, wait, an Al at a boys' school? What is going on? And then it hit me. There's a trans character. Not just a trans character, a black trans character. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's repetition right there. I'm so happy that we got that. And I'm happy that Al got some screen time, okay? The storyline with Tao, I actually liked. I actually adored the storyline. I was like, yes, are they gonna fall in love? Are they not? Is she gonna make a move? Is she gonna tell him now? Is he not? At least we know that they both like each other. So hopefully if there is a season 2, they can be together, because I'm so looking forward to that. I'm so looking forward to that. Also, I had a problem with Isaac's character. I felt like Isaac was tokenized. Yes, he is a quiet fat kid, but you could have gave the quiet fat kid a little plot. He was barely there. Like, I needed more. Okay, now here's another problem I had. And I did speak about this in my Q-Force review. I did say that oftentimes when we see a lesbian couple on screen, we always get a white and a black lesbian kind of couple, right? We never get anything other than that. We never get a black and black, Indian and Indian, a Chinese and Indian. We never get an Indian and black. We never get any other mix of, you know, and it's kind of, it's tiring at this point. I'm not mad about it, because I'm always for lesbian representation. I will always root for my lesbian woman, because you saw how important they were in this show. But I'm just saying that we need to switch that trope up. I'm so glad that they highlighted the importance of lesbian people in gay people's lives. I said this before and I will say it again. Lesbian people are part of the backbone of the queer community, and we need to give them appreciation. We saw how Nick confided in Tara and Dossie, and that was beautiful. The fact that Tara was willing to be a support system to Nick. One of the running themes across the entire series is about social awkwardness, and they kept those elements of kind of like the awkward moments in, the awkward pauses, and I really like that, because a lot of times with the teen shows, they're so straightforward. And I'm like, what confidence pills y'all be taking? So I like the fact that Charlie beat around the bush. Charlie did not go, I know what you are, the way Patrick did to Yvonne's father. Are we ever gonna speak about that situation? But the fact that he asked those type of questions like,
would you go out with someone who wasn't a girl?
that was absolutely genius, because I was like, this is so real. Let's get into the cute moments, because there's a lot of cute moments in the show. I was squealing the entire time. Scenes where they were playing in the snow for the first time and getting to know each other, that was so cute. The first kiss was so cute. The rain kiss was also so cute. The fact that Nicholas ran in the rain to come and talk to Charlie, oh my god, that had me squealing. When Al realized she had feelings for Tao in the arcade, that was absolutely cute and adorbs. I do appreciate that. And most importantly, I will say, the characters were not sexualized. There was no sex. And that's a queer show I could stand by. The fact that these were teenagers and there was no sex at all just shows all of these directors, all of these film producers, all of these script writers, that you can have a teen show without drugs, without alcohol, and without sex. Those are very unnecessary, and those are not the things that revolve around the teenage experience. We are not always in the mood to get on top of each other every single time. Y'all don't need to do that. This is a bit extra, okay? And I love the fact that they kept that level of innocence there. That was absolutely refreshing. With the animations, I don't know if I'm the only one who does this, but I constantly imagine life that way. I see life that way. Like, everything is so animated in my world. Like, every time I have a moment with somebody, I kind of picture, like the butterflies, the stars. Another cute moment that I absolutely related to was when Charlie closed a door and he started doing that little wiggle thing. I do that all the time. I was doing it with the shuffle. There were moments where it was like a cuteness overload that I had to literally get up and go to my balcony and breathe. Another cute moment was when Nicholas said,
You look so cuddly like that.
The show is gonna be the death of me. The show is just too good. Also, another relatable moment was when Charlie cried in the car. That broke me. That really broke me. And the fact that he cried to his dad. As a parent, you don't always have to get it, but you just have to know when your child needs you. And I commend Charlie's dad for that. He may not be all knowledge about queer culture, queer history, and how queer people navigate this world. But the fact that he knew that his child was facing constant scrutiny, his child was being harassed, and the fact that he always ensured that he reassures Charlie that he's always going to be there on demand when Charlie needs him.
Call me if you need me, okay? I will.
That's a dad right there. Another important moment was when Tara and her girlfriend came out on social media. The fact that her and Darcy decided to do that was, one, brave, but secondly, I just wanted to really commend the writers for including that comments part. Tara even mentioned this when she was talking to Nicholas that, you know, coming out is difficult.
Don't feel like you have to come out to anyone before you're ready. Being out is hard.
And I commend them for that. Comments like, you don't look gay, I didn't think of you as gay, or the worst one, you're a waste. Those comments on social media, I feel like we can handle them to some capacity, but hearing them in real life really breaks you. It really breaks a person. Going home and thinking to yourself, am I a waste because I love another man? And a lot of us go through that. So I'm glad that they highlighted that.
She's so gross.
Lesbians are so disgusting.
And Nick and Charlie were in the park together. I actually do love that scene. It really highlighted the importance of allowing one to discover their own sexuality and their own terms.
I don't know what I am.
You don't have to figure it out right now. I didn't just wake up one day like, oh look, guess I'm gay now.
Every time a friend comes to me and confides in me, maybe they're questioning, maybe they're going through something, I never say, oh yeah, you're definitely gay. No, just give them the time to discover that on their own. Just tell them that, hey, if you are questioning, that is totally normal. And just know that if you have any questions to ask me about my journey, if you have any questions about the community in general, if it could help you in any way, ask them and I'll be here for you. It is not my place as a queer person to tell another person that they are queer. And I'm going to drift off here into Nick's coming out scene with his mother.
Charlie's my boyfriend.
When I tell you that scene had me in tears, right? When she said,
I'm sorry if I ever made you feel like you couldn't tell me that.
what? What? A parent apologizing for not allowing their child to freely express themselves? We need that. I actually loved that scene so much. That was beautiful. That was not an overdramatic I'm coming out. I think she knew, because when she said, Charlie's a really special friend, isn't he? I was like, she's onto something. One of the things that also hit home was when Tara was expressing to Darcy that she did expect things to change, but not this much.
Everything's changed.
That was a very important scene and another conversation that needs to be had in the queer community. And this is not something that's within the queer community. I think it has to be had with people outside of the queer community, because the fact that once you come out, your sexual orientation tends to cover your identity. I don't know if I'm making sense by placing it that way, but I'll use a practical example. When I started expressing myself and experimenting with the way I dress and the way that I chose to express myself at school, it was always gay and then Kumo. You get what I'm saying? It's like my sexual orientation was what people saw first before they saw me. So I wasn't a person. I was gay. I was not a human being. I was not a person with feelings. I was not any of that. And Tawa was experiencing that, right? People were making rude remarks like, you're gonna catch the lesbian disease. I've had similar situations. And lastly, the teacher storyline.
Oh, right. So everything's okay? There's no bullies I need to sort out again?
The art teacher, the English teacher, besties to the queer community, the relationship that they had, the fact that Charlie always was so comfortable in confiding in the art teacher with whatever he got going on, that was absolutely beautiful. We all can relate to that. I loved it. Overall, the show was perfect. The beach scene, that was the perfect way to end the show. I think you already know what the rating is gonna be. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. in. I'm so happy we finally get a realistic high school gay show. Oh! I'm so happy. I love the characters. I love the plots. I love the setting. I love the uniform. I definitely relate to that because I wore a uniform to school. We didn't have time to wear Fashion Nova. I would say it's my number one gay show. It definitely overtook Special. Special was my number one, but now Heartstopper is kind of there. I will be going and streaming Blue Neighborhood because I felt like the Blue Neighborhood trilogy kind of resonates with that show a little bit. So I will be streaming Troye Sivan heavily. Okay, he's about to move from my number 3 to my number 1 Spotify artist. Other than that, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Also share this video to your friends. I really do appreciate it. And remember, if you do not slay, then you do not stay. And that's on period. Bye.